Trump is still perplexed about his defeat, but the fissures he opened, that are now swallowing him. What Trump has done has damaged his reputation, and torn the party apart, and wounded himself. Trump lost the 2020 presidential election to Biden, but refused to concede defeat. He attempted to overturn the results by making false claims of electoral fraud, pressuring government officials, mounting dozens of unsuccessful legal challenges, and obstructing the presidential transition. During the counting of the electoral votes on January 6, 2021, Trump urged his supporters to march to the Capitol, which they then stormed, forcing Congress to temporarily evacuate, and resulting in the deaths of 5 people. 7 days later, the House of Representatives impeached him again for incitement of insurrection. President Trump has become the first president in American history to be impeached twice. The first U.S. president to be impeached twice. It only took 232 years, but he did it. Trump's political positions have been described as populist, protectionist, isolationist, and nationalist. Along the way, he trampled on people, trampled on the system, trampled on the law, because he had no guilt or remorse. During his campaigns and presidency, Trump has made many false and misleading statements, which reached a degree unprecedented in American politics. Many of his comments and actions have been characterized as racially charged or racist. In foreign policy, Trump has pursued an America First agenda. He renegotiated the North American Free Trade Agreement as the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, and withdrew the U.S. from the Trans-Pacific Partnership trade negotiations, the Paris Agreement on climate change, and the Iran nuclear deal. In foreign trade relations, he imposed import tariffs which triggered a trade war with China, which destroyed the American economy. What he has done has also debased his reputation, unwound national security, and a broader sense of community, sullied his country's reputation overseas, undermined the U.S.'s standing as flag bearer for democracy, and upended hundreds of millions of lives. Regardless, January 20th, come hell or high water, Trump will no longer be president. What's next for Donald Trump? The outgoing president may retain some political influence, but it's just as likely that Republicans will abandon him. As Trump self-immolates, and possibly encounters setbacks he hasn't experienced since the early 1990s. His business and personal life will collapse around him.